Hello and welcome from a very cold and wet Addison Ford Primary School today. This video is hopefully quite a short overview of our planned approach to home learning and the childcare we'll be providing in school. Our current situation, this week we're providing childcare today and tomorrow, and next week we'll be starting to offer remote learning as well as supporting the children in our school accessing home learning as well. So our plan is the children here will be making use of Google Classroom as our main vehicle for home learning, just the same way as children will be at home. For those children who are in, transport is still available to them if they normally access the school bus, and every child who will be in as part of the school will be entitled to school lunches if they choose. This is currently our plans until February. Everything we speak about in here is obviously flexible and will adapt as new guidance comes out or as we develop our approaches in that. Currently, over the next 3 weeks, we have a rota for the staff who will be with the children. This is a weekly rota with one person in the morning, one person in the afternoon. I will be here every single day for that. And our plan is that we'll be able to keep these children in one cohort. Obviously, if our numbers and composition of our group changes, this plan may need to change as well. And we do already have plans in place if that needs to happen. But I guess the big thing at this point is this allows us, our teachers, to get things up and running before they're part of this rota as well. For us, when we reviewed and looked back on our experience from the last home learning, what was really useful in helping us plan was the feedback from our parent survey in December. So we want to say a big thank you for that. So as you can see here, I'm just going to quickly talk through some of the main points. You'll see that there we have people being less keen on live video teaching with some positivity in there as well. We have a higher proportion interested in recorded video for teaching, which is something that we are now going to be looking to offer in microbits, if you will. The other thing that people were very keen to see was an overview of the weekly tasks and weekly learning, which is something that we're going to bring in, which we did during the last block of home learning. This will then allow parents to then kind of develop their week and plan their week in a way that best suits their needs and their child needs. We've also got a daily focus on learning. This is something that we did really well during the lockdown. We kind of gave that structure, which is so important during this time for these children, and that's something that we'll continue to offer in the classrooms, even though some of our children may decide to use them in a slightly different way. In terms of a purely online approach, that was not received very positively, and all the comments kind of talked about concerns around the amount of screen time. So one of the big things we are doing is offering materials home to allow that kind of balance of online, offline, and disconnected activities. And we had a mix in terms of physical resources, but I guess that may have been an interpretation of what that physical resources means, as in there'll be some children who don't need physical materials to support their learning, but if we are offering things like textbooks, worksheets, that sort of thing, I would imagine that by the comments, people would be more interested in that. In terms of just comments that we've had, we have people making comments about how their work's changed, and we have to fully understand that this is different to how we were last March. A lot of people did comment on the challenges that they experienced. What is really important for us, and I hope this comes through, is about us getting this as right as possible for our children and our families. And we're really keen to be in communication for any children who are finding things difficult. Poor internet quality, we know that there's communities where internet isn't the best, and so hopefully by offering those materials going home, that will help to make that less of a problem. Flexibility, offering that weekly overview will hopefully do that. In terms of Google Classroom and find that challenging, we've done a few things, and we'll talk about that in a wee second, to hopefully make that easier. The regular class meetings, we have increased the number of meetings that we're planning, just to allow that kind of live interaction and also helping our teachers to explain tasks and helping the children understand them and offering low levels of formative assessment as we go as well. Hopefully looking to do outdoor learning, that's definitely something that we'll be looking to do. And we are also offering drop-in sessions during the day for children to come on to share any challenges they're having, but also that's open to our families to get in touch about that. We will be offering some live learning, but mostly we'll probably be going an asynchronous approach, small bite-sized bits of recording that children can play back to themselves. So our approach, what does this actually look like? For the children in school, we've already covered this mostly. They will be using a Chromebook each and they'll be accessing the same learning. We're predominantly using the nursery as our base just to reduce the amount of surfaces that are touched and allow things to be quite maintained and together. For everyone, we have front loaded the day. So we have our literacy and our numeracy predominantly in the morning and less pressured areas possibly in the afternoon. Um, so we will be giving you a weekly overview that will be happening on our home learning website that we'll show you at the end of this video. Every day on the Google Classroom, P1s to P7s will be given an overview of the learning for that day. There will be meetings happening each day. So chances for people to check in, to see how are things going, have that interaction, but also to help understanding tasks and also support learning in those times. We have said that we'd aim to get small teaching videos per group 3 times over a week. That might be less to start with, but that is what we're aiming. Depending on demand and how that evolves, it may end up being more. There will be follow-up activities to go with that and opportunity to join in video calls to support that. Daily writing has been a big success for us, and that's helped us to see a attainment increase in writing. And that's something that we're really keen to continue, and we're really keen to support you achieving this at home. This has been shared in the letter that's going out to you. But just to show you, this is how the day is structured. We've really made an emphasis here at the moment. These are saying maths and literacy, but on yours it just says video call. And that's to offer a degree of flexibility for our families. And on this one, the 8:40 to 9 daily check-in from nursery has now moved to 2 o'clock. And learn support drop-in has moved earlier. So the one I've shared with you is the most up-to-date one. This is just to kind of talk you through it. As you can see, we're trying really hard to make sure that there isn't the same crossovers in video times, because we know that at home you may only have one device that more than one child is trying to access. So hopefully that will make it easier for you. Other learning opportunities, at the end of last term, we shared out all the different logins for your SumDogs, for your Education Cities. We're keen that children are using these, even if it is only 15 minutes a day, and that will obviously help to increase their learning in that. We have sent texts home for all our children, P1 to P7, for them to be using for tasks and supporting their learning. Any child who maybe has specific targets, so say for instance, if your child has been receiving support in their handwriting, these activities are coming home for you to access as well. And we're having the opportunity at the end there mentions for parents to have guardian access on the classrooms. So what that means is that you'll be able to see the tasks that have been set by the teacher, and they'll be able to be sent to you via an email, so you have that overview of what's happening. In terms of our learning packs and what we're planning on sending home, we're sending home a writing jotter, whiteboard and pen. We've got a collection of Learnits there that are maths, but we're hoping that they may have already came home, and we might be sharing them digitally, but that's something that might not come out tomorrow, but we are hoping to get out. Logins, like I said, hopefully already home. Any materials to go with the lesson, and stationery as well if you need it. So in a form that we've created and is going home now, hopefully you have it as part of this letter. There'll be the opportunity to say if there's anything you need, please do that. We are keen to supply anything that you need for home learning to be a success. So in terms of our welcome page, I will show you our site in a moment, but it will look something similar to this, just to make it easier for children to navigate what they need to access at certain times. We are using videos in different ways to offer teaching and learning, and hopefully videos of learning that allow children to access them at different times. If we're focused on multiplication and maths, they might want to watch it once, but then they might want to watch it 2 or 3 times. Or if they find maths starting to be a bit difficult, go back to the video. How do I do that strategy again? And we're really dedicated here to getting high quality learning. So we will be offering a lot of feedback to our students, ensuring that the learning is engaging and meaningful, that there's real purpose there, and learning in different ways, still that opportunity to work together. I think for us, our school vision is the learning together and having fun. And that is key at this point. And that is how we're going to ensure well-being of our children, along with that structure of the day and making sure that what they're doing is meaningful and purposeful. We are still offering assemblies, so we've got Tuesday for a rights respecting assembly with Miss Bertram, Wednesday with an assembly for me. But with all this in